This is At the Public Library, the video source for news and information about the San Francisco Public Library system. This month's show features the schedule of children's multicultural festival programs taking place this month at libraries throughout the city in celebration of Multicultural Month, a news segment featuring technology in the library, and an invitation to all this month's National Library Week celebrations at the San Francisco Public Library, as well as listings of upcoming events for children, teens, and adults at the Public Library.
Hi, I'm Susan Harloe, Teen Specialist at San Francisco Public Library, and I'm here today to tell you about the great spring lineup we have of programs just for teens. Lassana Bandele, the storyteller from Jamaica, will perform original songs and poetry at a special Multicultural Month appearance in the main library's Corrette Auditorium on Saturday, April 12th at 3:15 p.m. Come join the Jamaican experience. Come to the Bernal Heights Library on Tuesday, April 29th and Thursday, May 1st to make giant art with Wise Fool puppet intervention. The giant sculpture will join the library's bookmobile, and you can too, in the Cinco de Mayo parade on Sunday, May 4th. In May, Teen Services will present 3 job clinics designed especially to help you get a job. The first job clinic will take place at the main library in the Corrette Auditorium, Monday, May 5th at 4 p.m. The clinic will show you ways to look for work, where to look, how to interview, and how to write a resume. This same job clinic program will take place at the Chinatown branch on Saturday, May 10th at 2 p.m. And the Bayview Wadden branch will present a resume workshop by Jackie Taliaferro on Thursday, May 8th at 4 p.m. Learn how to create a great resume to land the job you want. Also on May 8th, in honor of Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, Asian Week newspaper sponsors a silk screening program for teens with the Japantown Art and Media Workshop. Bring a blank, light-colored t-shirt. In June, San Francisco Public Library Teen Services will present a series of programs for teens entitled Your Rights on the Streets and Off. We'll have Janet Forsyth, Head Attorney, Juvenile Division, Public Defender's Office at the Youth Guidance Center, along with Ron Gutierrez from Legal Services for Children, who will answer your questions about your rights on the streets and off. The first program will be Wednesday, June 4th at 4 p.m. at the Presidio Library. Then the second will be Thursday, June 5th at 4 p.m. at the Ortega Library, actually at the Sunset Beacon School right next door at A.P. Giannini Middle School in the school library. Tuesday, June 24th at 2 p.m. will be Teens and the Law at the Bayview Anna E. Wadden Library. Wednesday, June 25th at 2 p.m. the program will be at the Potrero Library. And the last Teens and the Law program will be Thursday, June 26th at 2 p.m. at the Excelsior Library. There's lots going on this spring for teens at the San Francisco Public Library, so we hope you'll join us.
Hi, I'm Joan Lefkowitz with a look at one use of technology in the library. You may know that some of our collections contain materials too old or too fragile to be handled much. Well, how do you get access to these materials? Let's start at the top. I'm in the history room on the 6th floor of the main library with photo curator Pat Akre. Hi, Pat.
Hi, welcome, Joan.
Thank you. So what happens when somebody comes in here looking for an old photo?
You'll come here to the photo service desk, which is is staffed on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons from 1 to 5, and then again on Saturday from 10 to 12 and 1 to 5. And we have a huge collection of photographs dealing with the history of San Francisco and California and some of the personalities that made history in our state. We have, maybe 300,000 images.
Wow.
That are available, and most of them are stored in acid-free file folders, which is the correct way to do things these days, and they're interleafing tissue inside. And we have people wear white gloves when they handle the photographs because the oils from your fingers can be damaging to the images.
They look lovely on
Yes,
there, I
they
might
do,
add.
don't
Yes.
they?
Great. And so
Yes.
this is how all the photos are in these folders?
Most of our collection is stored this way. However, we have some fine examples of other formats of photography. We have some of them out here, the earliest being the daguerreotype, which these are one-of-a-kind images. This is a beautiful one. And they're in they have lovely carved cases.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that lovely?
And that's from around when?
Oh, the earliest were around 1850. So
Wow.
this is the very earliest of photography, predating negatives. Then another one-of-a-kind image are the tintypes. A lot of families had their portraits taken.
You were
in this
saying
sense
they
then.
chose their background?
Yes, you'd go into a studio and you could choose your background. This particular family chose the cliff house as their background.
Great. And what's
Then,
this one?
yes, we have the stereopticon views. These are twin views on a card, which when seen through the viewer will translate into a three-dimensional image.
Oh, so this is the predecessor to our little viewfinders.
Viewmasters, yes, that's
uh-huh.
right, that's right.
Great.
So pre-television
Yes.
also, entertainment, yes. Then we also have slides, and the earliest slides were lantern slides, and they were of glass, and they looked much like this, and were shown with a lantern projector.
And this one there's babies.
Yes, this particular one is from the Panama Pacific Exposition, and it's the incubator babies
Oh, great.
on exhibit. Then we have 35 millimeter slides. We have a large collection of these.
This is the kind we use today.
That's right, that's right. We had a couple of volunteers that went around and took pictures of neighborhoods and streets in the city, so we have a contemporary
This looks like
view
Potrero Hill.
also. This happens to be.
Uh-huh. And so can people just come in and touch these things?
No, we'll be happy to show you these, but the nature of them, they're just too fragile to be handled. And that also goes for this large collection we have of glass plate negatives. These are the first negatives were on glass. And we know approximately what we have in this collection, but not precisely. So we're very excited about the latest format in photography, and that's our digital library. Because we're experimenting, but we're going to be able to scan in the glass negatives, bring them up on screen, reverse them to a positive image, and know exactly what's in the collection. The people will be able to see what's there, and because we just can't pass these out for handling. So that's going to be a
So people will be
great-
able to go to the digital library and look at this collection,
That's
browse
correct.
through it.
That's right.
Great,
That's right.
on their
Which
computer
yes,
here in the
which
library.
They can't do now. So
Great.
this
Can
is-
we go look at that?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So here we are at the San Francisco Digital Library. Okay, so what kind of photo images are on this?
Well, we'll give you an example here. We click the search button and start searching on the collection. So far, our multimedia team has scanned in about 1,500 images or so, and they've attached it to a catalog record, so we're able to search by subject and keyword. I will type in one example I know is in there, and that is Bridges. I'm searching for what we have in photographs of Harry Bridges, the labor leader here in the 1930s. We had a team of researchers come in recently needing to look at photographs of Harry Bridges, and we have so many, it would have meant bringing out many folders of them, of him to look at, and this way they were able to search right on screen. What this will do is bring up some captions for you of the photographs, and you can go down and click on those. As you do, you'll see there's a thumbnail size sketch of the photograph, along with some description as far as if there's any restrictions on reproduction, etc. Let's see, we'll pick out one here. Okay. Then if you want to get a larger idea of what you have here, you click on View,
And there he
and
is.
there they come up. It's wonderful quality. We can even zoom in on it.
And what are these markings?
Oh, these marks, these particular photographs, the library owns, they're from the News Call Bulletin, and the newspaper would mark them up that way as
for
crop
cropping.
marks.
And besides Harry Bridges, what else is in here?
Oh, we have so far a number of historical landmarks, or things that aren't around anymore. For example, the Fox Theater, which is just right over, used to be right over here where Fox Plaza is now. You can search on that and bring up the images for you. It's a picture of that beautiful old theater.
1945.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of people use the photo collection here, Pat?
The collection is used for a variety of purposes. A lot of individuals come in when they're looking just for photographs of their street or their neighborhood or their house. Authors will come in illustrating their books. The TV stations will come in if they want background stories. Let's see.
Well, it's a wide variety of people, and you deal with them all whenever you're open, and then when you're not open, they can see them
They can
throughout
search
the
on
library.
this, yes.
Well,
And
that's
this is
great.
a database that is just going to get nothing but better. It's growing all the time. So we're
And where
very
do you get
excited
all
about
these photos?
The library had a lot of this collection for years, and some of the nicest things we get are now through donations. So I'd like to encourage anybody that wants to donate any photographs of historical interest to us. We'll take good care of them.
Great. Well, thanks so much for your time, Pat,
Yes.
and showing us the photos in the San
Sure,
Francisco Digital
sure.
Library. This is Christine Boltz from the Multimedia Department. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Joan.
So we know now that there's photos that are digitized in the San Francisco Digital Library.
Correct.
What else is it?
We have pulp paperbacks. They have been donated to us by Barbara Greer and Donna McBride, and we have approximately 579 pulp paperbacks. And now we're going to go search for one. And I'm going to search under love. Okay.
All right, it's springtime. Here we are searching
Yes.
love. All right.
And
Oh, wow.
so this gives you an idea of how many different types of pulp paperbacks we have here. And I'm going to click on one, Desire, and we're going to view it.
Okay, so you can view it full screen, the
Yes.
cover. This is the front cover.
Front cover, and we can zoom in. There we go. And this bar right here allows you to see the whole page.
Great.
And see the back page, you just click on the next page. And if you want to check out these pulp paperbacks, you can view them on the 6th floor
Uh-huh.
in the San Francisco History Room.
Great. We were just there. Good. So, okay, so you can see the front and the back cover, and
correct.
here's some information about them.
Yeah.
Great. What a good tool. What else is here? Back to the menu.
Back to the menu.
All right.
Okay, and now we're going to be searching for the Dorothy Starr sheet music collection.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
So the library has this big collection.
Yeah, we have a
of sheet
large
music.
collection of sheet music, 300,000 covers.
Whoa.
Yes, and they were donated to us by Dorothy Starr, and she ran the music stand for 25 years, and when she passed away, she donated these selections to us. And we have a variety of different types of selections. We have classics,
Let's look.
jazz, blues, rock and roll. We have a
Great.
variety, so when people come here, they can choose whatever it is that they have a fancy for. Okay, so here we go, and I like Cole Porter, so I'm gonna search for him.
And is it the same thing where you can only see the cover?
No, you actually get to see the whole selection.
Oh, great. Let's look.
Okay, so he has several different pieces.
A lot.
Yes, so search one. Come on in. And you click on here to view it, and there's 7 pieces altogether.
Oh, so there's the cover and then all the pages.
All the pages. So this is front cover. Come on in. And right here it says loading 2 of 7. So when it comes to loading 7 of 7, that means it's complete and you can search all the pages.
Great. Right.
So this is it.
85 cents. That was a bargain.
Yeah, way back then it was, wasn't it? Not anymore.
All right. So, and when it gets to 7, now we can look
Now
at...
we can look at the next page. Once this hourglass is done. Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah. So you can just search each page individually. And if you want to zoom in to
that's
read, you can just look at it here. You can control it with the bar.
great.
Yeah, so
So neat.
it's a very valuable collection.
Yeah,
A lot of people
it's
come here
wonderful.
and use this. So we'll go back. So these are 2 of our 3 main archival collections.
The photos.
The photos,
The pulps.
the pulps, and
The
sheet music.
Great.
Now we'll go back to the main menu. And on the main menu we have 6 highlights. So people can choose from any number of these, whichever they fancy. So I'm going to choose the Community Endowed Centers. We have the African American Center, the Wallace Stegner Environmental Center, the Chinese Center, the Filipino American Center, and the James C. Hormel Gay and Lesbian Center, as well as the Latino Focus Collection.
Great. Can we look at one?
Yeah, I'm going to choose the Chinese Center. This center is located on the 3rd floor, in the corner, down that way. And, okay, I'm going to choose, of these selections, I'm going to choose the Chinese American literature. And on this page, we have an assortment of different writers in Chinese American.
And is there any sound with this?
Yes, there actually is. We have earphones, so you can
Oh, great.
listen to people talking, and we have music as well.
Great.
So I'm going to choose Amy Tan, since most people know her, and she's from San Francisco.
She's a big supporter of the library.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And her famous book, Joy Luck Club, actually became a movie. And right here we have a little bio about her. And so you can just click on here to read further. And
Great.
we have several different other writers as well. So,
Great.
and here
And
they
then
are.
each of these selections
Mhm.
has a different section
Exactly.
of information. Great.
Exactly. This is just kind of like a teaser for the
Mhm.
public, so that they can come in here and find out further information.
See more.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. Great.
So these are the centers that we have here.
Good. And what was back on the main menu page
The
besides?
main menu.
So we want folks to come in and use these, so we're not going to
Yes,
show
we
them
do.
everything, but
No.
there's the history room.
The San Francisco History and Book Arts Special Collections. We have the Community Endowed Centers, the exhibitions at the library, the San Francisco Branch Library Information, the Dorothy Starr Sheet Music Collection, and to search the San Francisco Digital Library.
Well, it looks great. Thanks so much,
Sure,
Chris.
no problem.
So this is where the multimedia crew puts together the SF Digital Library. I'm here with Project Manager Mike Levy. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Joan.
So tell us a little bit about the technology at work here.
Well, we use 3 Pentium PCs to scan in our images, and they're being scanned on 3 HP ScanJet flatbed scanners.
Uh-huh. And so when someone from the public comes in, they can see this where?
Well, they can see them on any of the 10 multimedia workstations which are placed throughout the library.
And I saw one in the cafe. Where else are they?
Well, there are 5 on the 3rd floor, there's 1 on the 4th floor, 1 on the 5th floor, and 2 on the 6th floor.
So they're all over the place.
They're all over.
Great. And while I was up talking to Pat, she told us about an exciting new collection of glass negatives that you're working on.
Yeah, the Special Collections has a large amount of glass slides, and they are basically inaccessible to the public. And what we're trying to do is scan them in so that the public can enjoy this rich collection.
Mm-hmm. So you're taking these negatives and making positives out of them?
That's correct. When we scan them in, they actually scan in as negative images, but through our photo utility, we just flip the colors.
Well, thanks very much, Mike, for telling us about the technical end of the SF Digital Library.
You're welcome.
And now you've seen an overview of the SF Digital Library, but you've got to come down to the main and check it out for yourself. And tune in next time for more on technology in the library. Who decides what's on the net? Whose culture is reflected? Libraries for the Future and San Francisco Public Library are co-sponsoring a program on technology, culture, and community in the main library's Corrette Auditorium at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, April 15th. Howard Rheingold, author of The Virtual Community, Homesteading the Electronic Frontier, will lead a lively panel discussion. Joining him will be Al Cheng, John Templeton, Christina Ibarra, Nina Mullen, Dan Schott, and James Littlejohn. That's all on April 15th in the main library's Corrette Auditorium.
Hi, I'm David Schwabe with At the Public Library News and Notes. April 13th through the 19th is National Library Week, and many branch library celebrations are taking place this month to highlight the important role branch libraries play in the community life of our city. The Potrero Hill branch will begin the festivities on Saturday, April 12th with Música de México at 4 p.m., followed by a neighborhood party. On Monday, April 14th, the Bayview Anna E. Wadden branch will celebrate National Library Week with a party at 5 p.m. Before the party, the branch is hosting an internet workshop for middle schoolers at 4 p.m. The Ingleside branch will present a crafts program for children on Tuesday, April 15th at 3 p.m., followed by a neighborhood celebration. Residents of the Bernal Heights neighborhood are invited to celebrate their branch library on Wednesday evening, April 16th, which also happens to be family night and the regular meeting of the Spanish Conversation Group. On Friday, April 18th, following a story time and children's craft program, the Merced branch will host an open house party at 5 p.m. The Glen Park branch is having an open house celebration on Saturday, April 19th from 2 to 4 p.m. The Park branch celebrates its 5-year anniversary of its renovation and seismic upgrade Saturday, April 19th at 3 p.m. Also on Saturday, April 19th, the Chinatown branch will host an open house from 2 to 4 p.m. Tours of this recently renovated and expanded branch will be given at 2:30 and 3:30 p.m. The Presidio branch will celebrate National Library Week a bit later in the month, on Saturday, April 26th, with an open house celebration and a performance of Latin music. And the National Library Week festivities will come to a close at the North Beach Branch Library with a neighborhood party and a slide presentation entitled Penguins to Toucans, Antarctica to Argentina by Al Greeny. So come and join the fun as the San Francisco Public Library celebrates National Library Week. Last month, the Filipino American Center held a kickoff celebration for the recently installed exhibit Manilatown, Past, Present, and Future, now on display outside of the Filipino American Center on the 3rd floor of the main library. The Manilatown exhibit features old photos, poems, and other artifacts as it tells the story of Manilatown, the original heart of Filipino culture in San Francisco. Located along Kearny and Jackson Streets near Broadway, Manilatown was home to over 30,000 Filipino men during the 20s and the 30s, most of whom were migrant farm workers. The kickoff celebration featured a lively program of Filipino culture, including poetry, music, and dance. The Filipino American Center is designed to highlight the Filipino American experience by showcasing Filipino history and culture. The intent is to chronicle the community's 3 centuries of struggle, aspiration, and contribution to the United States. The center includes a sampling of the San Francisco Public Library's Filipino Interest Collection and features books, periodicals, and newspapers in English, Tagalog, and other Filipino dialects. The Manilatown exhibit will be on display now through the end of May. An exhibition honoring the women's suffrage movement, Votes for Women, Unfinished Business, will be on display now through May 3rd in the Skylight Gallery on the 6th floor of the main library. This traveling exhibit showcases reproductions of photographs, posters, advertisements, and ephemera from the women's suffrage campaign. Most of the exhibit items are from the extensive Women's History collection at the Huntington Library in San Marino, California. The main library will also present 3 programs in the Corette Auditorium this month related to the Votes for Women exhibit. On April 12th, Carol Landis will present a dramatic performance of The Yellow Wallpaper, a turn-of-the-century novella about a woman's struggle for independence by Charlotte Perkin Gilman. On Thursday, April 17th, Ellen Dubois, professor of history at UCLA and curator of the Votes for Women exhibit, will present a lecture on the women's suffrage movement in California. And on Saturday, April 26th at 1 p.m., author Glenna Matthews will lecture on women in electoral politics. For a complete listing of all the programs taking place this month at the San Francisco Public Library, pick up a copy of the print version of At the Public Library at any San Francisco Public Library. And that's At the Public Library News and Notes for this month. See you next time. The San Francisco Public Library is celebrating Multicultural Month with over 40 special programs for children. Folk tales, steel drums, Chinese brush painting, and much more is in store, so join the fun at your neighborhood branch library. Gloria June Suke will present a Native American program on Wednesday, April 9th, 3:15 p.m. at the Marina Branch Library. Jeff Narell presents a program of steel drum music and history on Saturday, April 12th at 2 p.m. in the Main Library Children's Center. Susan Peña and Miguel Gouveia perform La Música de Mexico on Saturday, April 12th at 4 p.m. at the Potrero Branch. Lampo Leong will present a Chinese brush painting workshop on Thursday, April 17th, 3:30 p.m. at the Anza Branch. This program is for children 6 years and older, and pre-registration is required. Call the Anza Branch at 666-7160 for more information. Mary Jo will tell tales from Africa and the Caribbean, Wednesday, April 23rd at 3:45 p.m. at the North Beach Branch. Juanita Newland Uloa will present music from Latin America on Saturday, April 26th, 11 a.m. at the Presidio Branch, and at 2 p.m. at the Main Library Children's Center, and again at 4 p.m. at the Richmond Branch. Kara Fortune presents folk art crafts on Wednesday, April 16th at 4 p.m. at the Bayview Wadden Branch, and again on Thursday, April 24th, 4 p.m. at the Merced Branch. Yolanda Rhodes will tell African stories on Wednesday, April 16th, 7:30 p.m. at the Bernal Heights Branch, and on Saturday, April 26th, 1 p.m. at the West Portal Branch. Clara Yen tells Asian folk and fairy tales Wednesday, April 9th at the Eureka Valley Harvey Milk Memorial Branch at 1 p.m., the Park Branch at 3:30, and the Ingleside Branch at 7 p.m. Join Clara Yen on Wednesday, April 16th at the Western Addition Branch at 11 a.m., the Golden Gate Valley Branch at 3 p.m., and the Parkside Branch at 7 p.m. On Wednesday, April 30th, Clara Yen will be at the Chinatown Branch at 4 p.m. and the Glen Park Branch at 7 p.m. Rochelle Lum will present a Japanese art program on Thursday, April 3rd, 2 p.m. at the Portola Branch, and again on Thursday, April 24th at the Excelsior Branch at 3:15 p.m. Joan Sutton brings her stories and puppets to the Sunset Branch on Tuesday, April 8th, 10:30 a.m., the Ortega Branch Wednesday, April 16th at 7 p.m., the Mission Branch on Tuesday, April 22nd at 10 a.m., and the Visitation Valley Branch on Wednesday, April 23rd, 10:30 a.m. These wonderful multicultural festival programs for children are funded by the Friends of the San Francisco Public Library.
Thanks for watching At the Public Library here on City Watch Cable Channel 54. You can catch At the Public Library Monday mornings from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. and from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. Friday evenings from 8 to 9 p.m. and Saturdays from 12 noon to 1 p.m. See you next time.